instructor Pierre Hui, aka Mr. P. The P is for patience. Please let me know if you can hear me. Oh yeah, we gotta get that echo out of there. I think that. All right. No, that still didn't do the trick. Why not? Why not? Shit, it's always something. Hang on. Settings. Audio. Let's see if they do it. Yeah. Marlene, what's up? How you going? Good morning. Happy New Year. How you been doing? All right, y'all. Shit. Where's that come from? Let's see. Cool. Can everybody hear other platforms? Yeah, I think that might work right there. Might be what I need right there. Facebook, can y'all hear me? Let me know, Rick. When we get started. Zai, good. That's the Zai. Thank you. Good morning. Yeah, whoever's watching me on Facebook, YouTube, let me know if you can hear me, please. Yeah, whoever just joined on Facebook, let me know if you can hear me. I know last time I had a problem, nobody. So y'all let me know. Redonda Turner, good morning. Let's see who these people are. Okay, okay. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get started since nobody's telling me anything. Okay, so it's a new year. We are going to continue what we've been doing. I am gonna be making a few changes to everything. With that being said, I'm your instructor Pierre Hui, aka Mr. P. The P is for patience. Okay, I'm here for it. What I do is I help people pass their barber exams. More likely the theory exam than the practical, even though I am getting into talking about the practical a little bit more. Okay. Yes. What's up? Hey Brittany, how you doing? Good morning. Good morning. So today, today is Monday, corresponds to days of the week. It's four core domains, as you can see on the screen that I'm sharing. All my TikTok people you just have to bear with me. But if you've joined me, if you've been a part of this um series of videos and content, and you know what I tend to do is there are four domains in my state of South Carolina for the Barber Theory exam, and I correspond them to the days of the week. Monday we do scientific concepts. Tuesday we do hair care services. Wednesday we do facial hair and skincare services, and Thursday we do implements and equipment. I may make a slight adjustment to that. I may just put two of them in one day and then just knock it out Monday or Tuesday. I'm seriously considering that. But today, what we are going to do, we're going to talk about scientific concepts, and I always like starting everything with studying the CIB. CIB stands for the Candidate Information Bulletin. You need to know it. 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 Okay, that's for all the people that's been like, okay, I don't know where to start with my testing process, and I keep failing, et cetera, et cetera. You need to know your CIB. The more you know your CIB, the better you know how to study for it, the better you can prepare yourself for it. Okay? So that's the first thing I always think about. What I am going to do is talk about it more in length instead of just going, you know, like what we were doing was just kind of breezing through it every study session. But by request, what I'm gonna do is just talk about it more in detail, and we will just go over some of the concepts less and more of the CIB. Okay, so I'm gonna flip my full information a little bit. Okay. All right, so let's start. Following outlines of the scope of content covered by the NIC National Barber Style and Theory exam. Percentages represent, I'm at the top of the page, y'all. The percentages represent the percentage of items from each domain. The examination is comprised of 110 items, of which 100 items are weighted to contribute to the candidate's final score. And what that means is 10 of those questions, 10 of those items, they go ahead and give you. Okay? They already, whatever the value of that question is, which is about 1 to 2 points, they're already giving you those. All right. So you already starting off with 10 questions. So just be aware of that. All right. Scientific concepts, 35%. I am using the old PCS standard handbook, CIB. They got the most comprehensive one. Until I see something different, until state board says, hey, we got a better version, then I'm going to be following this. All right. So, A, infection, 5 points of contact, A, B, C, and D. A, B, C, D, E. A, infection control safety practices. Number one, identify how disease and infection are caused and transmitted. Two, apply principles of infection control, as in sanitation and cleaning, disinfection, sterilization, contamination, and cross-contamination. Okay, knowing the differences between all of those. Three, apply blood exposure procedures and know about it. All right, talking about safety for you and safety for your client. Four, identify requirements of government agencies related to public protection, IPG, that is CDC, OSHA, the EPA, and also there's one more, FDA. I know about the FDA as well. B, point of contact B. Point of reference B. Human anatomy physiology. Number one, identify function and structure of the hair and scalp and the skin. Two, identify bones related to the head and face, the neck, shoulders, and upper back. Three, identify muscles and joints and their functions related to the head and face, the neck, shoulders, and upper back. Four, understand the functions of body systems. That is, the nervous system, circulatory system, endocrine system, integumentary system. All right. Point of reference C. Identify signs and symptoms of conditions, disorders, and diseases related to the skin. What are the types? What are the treatments? D. Identify signs and symptoms of conditions, disorders, and diseases related to the hair. Same thing. You're looking for the types and you're looking for the treatment. And then E. Basic chemistry of products used in barbering. You are understanding the chemical pH. You are understanding the purpose and effects of products, ingredients, and interaction. Understanding the interactions among chemicals, and understanding chemical reactions. That is overexposure, chemical burn, inhalation. Okay. All right. So we typically do. Hey, what's up, Trey? Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me, Trey, aka KOC, King of Commentary. And if y'all ain't following Trey Mills, go follow him right now. He is the king of commentary by far. How you doing, John? Cat, Jackie. What's up, Jackie? But yeah, so what I tend to do is just pick one of these and we just go through it. We just do general study, general public study. It's free. Okay. It is not to be confused with my private study, which is paid. My private study actually is a pre-recorded class where I go through all the more pertinent information. We go through the high percentage information, which what I mean by that is anything that is 75% or higher likely to be on your exam. We just take all of that information and we just chisel it down, just the core, pertinent, important high percentage information, okay? What we do here on a regular basis, we just do public study, alright? So, out of these, we are gonna start basically, we just gonna start over since it's the beginning of the year, right? So we're gonna start with infection control safety practices. Number 1, identify how disease, infection are caused and transmitted. So, now we're gonna go through the book. Um, Currently, I got the old version. I am waiting to receive my new version of the book because they just updated it as of 2 weeks ago. Alright, so infection, and I'm going through my index. Let's see. There we go. 6. And if you got your book with you, you can follow me. We're page we're gonna start on page 57, but we're gonna find scientific concepts, section A, number 1, identify how disease and infection are caused and transmitted. So let's find those. Okay, here we go. Alright. Infection control, understanding the principles of infection. So being a barber is not only rewarding, it's also a great responsibility. One careless action could cause injury or infection, which is very which is the invasion of body tissues by disease-causing pathogens, okay? Your actions result in a client's injury or infection, you can lose your license or ruin the shop's reputation. You're gonna do both. Both will happen. I've seen it. Fortunately, preventing the spread of infections is easy when you know proper procedures and follow them at all times. Prevention begins and ends with you, barber, okay? Effective infection control in the shop also influences the professional image of the establishment. A client's first impression of the shop begins the moment they open the door. So a clean environment should extend beyond each barber's immediate work area. All of the sights, sounds, smells, and general ambience of the barbershop meld together to form this first impression, regardless of how many times a client has previously visited the shop. In essence, first impression happens over and over again because clients do not see you or the shop on a daily basis. Clean, orderly barbershop helps build client confidence and trust that continuous care is being taken to provide a safe and sanitary environment in which to receive their personal services. And that goes a long way with a lot of clients. Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you, I am guilty of being more B plus area. I need to be A plus area. So I have seen clients that have came and just been like, "All right, look, it's tidy, it's kept, but it's just not it has to be spotless, right? It is what it is." So, yeah, I have been guilty before, especially at the beginning of my career. I didn't know any better. I will say that sometimes, you get so busy, if you're a busy shop, you get so busy that you have to remind yourself, "Okay, before and after every client, get your stuff together." Okay? Alright. Infection control. Now, I haven't had anybody contract any infections and stuff like that. I have not had that, and I've been in this industry now. I've been cutting hair going on 30 years. It'll be my 30-year anniversary in July, okay? Just something to think about. Alright. Infection control refers to the method used to eliminate or reduce the transmission of infectious organisms. Barbers must understand and remember the following 4 types of potentially harmful organisms. All right. So we are identifying how disease and infection are caused and transmitted. But even before that, we are identifying the disease and infections. Okay. All right. We got 4 types of potentially harmful organisms. Number 1, bacteria. Number 2, viruses. Number 3, fungi. I still think I'm saying it wrong, but I say fungi. And D, parasites. So you have bacteria, viruses, fungi, parasites. Okay. Under certain conditions, many of these organisms can cause infectious diseases. What is an infectious disease? It is it is a disease caused by pathogenic, which means harmful, pathogenic, harmful organisms that enter the body. Infectious disease, however, may or may not be spread from one person to another. It depends on the organism and it depends on the method of its transmission. Okay. All right. So we are going to talk about cleaning, disinfection, and we're going to talk about bacterial spores. We're going to get into that. So let's talk about it. Cleaning, mechanical process of scrubbing is a mechanical process. You are actually doing a physical action to have effect. Okay, so that's wiping back and forth or wax on, wax off, that type of thing. All right. Using soap, water, detergent, or water, excuse me, soap and water or detergent and water to remove all visible dirt, debris, and many disease-causing germs from tools, implements, and equipment. The process of disinfection involves the use of a chemical. So it is a chemical process that is on your exam. Okay. Chemical process using chemicals to destroy most, but not necessarily all, harmful organisms on environmental surfaces. Disinfection is not effective against bacterial spores, spores, which are bacteria capable of producing a protective coating that lets them withstand very harsh environments and shed the coating when conditions become more favorable. Okay? Disinfection does not treat or kill bacterial spores. And it kills bacteria as a whole, but not bacterial spores. Okay? Big difference. Cleaning and disinfecting procedures designed to prevent the spread of infection and disease. At minimum, disinfectants used in barbershops must be bactericidal, virucidal, fungicidal. And it just means it kills all those. All right. Remember, in some states, disinfectants must also be effective against tuberculosis. It'll say on the packaging that it's tuberculocidal, which means it kills forms of tuberculosis or TB, as we give it an abbreviation. Okay. Contaminated tools. All right, just going back to scientific concepts. Part A, number one, identify disease and infection, how they cause and transmit it. Okay. So I'm gonna say this one twice. Contaminated tools and equipment can spread infections between customers if proper, excuse me, y'all, if proper disinfection steps are not taken after every service. You have a professional and legal obligation to protect your clients from harm by using proper infection control procedures. If clients are infected or harmed because you did not perform infection control procedures correctly, you may be found legally responsible for their injuries or their infection. Okay? So let me say that one again. Talking about transmission. Okay? Contaminated tools and equipment can spread infections between customers if proper disinfection steps are not taken after every service. That's one of the ways of um, infection being, excuse me, how disease and infection are caused and transmitted. It can be on your tools. If you don't clean your clippers, if you don't clean your shears, if you don't clean anything that your brushes, anything that's being used on one client, you're not cleaning it in between clients. Okay, that's why I'm not a really big fan of using brushes. Even if the hair is low, like mine, if I can move the hair with a comb or something else, I'm not a big fan of brushes. If I do use a brush, I try to use a brush that's got, bristles that I can clean real easily, okay? You got a lot of times you got brushes that it tracks hair. The bristles are very, very dense. A lot of times this is more with, like, soft bristle brushes. They got more dense bristle count, so it tends to track a lot of this anything in the previous hair that you're brushing. If there's anything there, if they haven't had shampoo, if the hair is not clean, things like that, it'll track in that brush. And then it takes a longer time to clean a brush like that. So a lot of times, if it takes that much time and you've got a busy day, you're less inclined to be cleaning the brush in between clients. That's why I really don't like using the soft bristle brushes if I can help it. The hard bristle brushes are okay. They got a less dense count of bristles, and they got more space in between the bristles so you can clean them. You can clean them fast, rinse them out faster. You can go to the shampoo bowl, rinse it out real quick, and then you can get back to what you need to do if that client, um, requires you using the brush. Now, if I can get away with using a comb, those combs, you can brush them off real quick. You can throw them in some, disinfect barbicide. Throw them in some barbicide, get them cleaned off real quick. You can dry them off real quick. You can go back to what you need to do, okay? Alright, let's see, and we will start off today. We'll talk a little bit about bacteria, okay? Alright, bacteria, single-cell microorganisms, they have both plant and animal characteristics, okay? Microorganism, what is that? Any organism microscopic or submicroscopic size. Some bacteria are harmful, some are harmless. Bacteria can exist almost anywhere on the skin, in the water, in the air, in decayed matter, on environmental surfaces, in body secretions, on clothing, under the free edge of nails. Okay? Which is why I cut my nails all the time. That's why I cut my nails all the time. Because of that. That's a big thing. That's a big thing. You would be very, very surprised. You'd be very surprised. But yeah, I keep my nails treated. Um, that's another place that's less well known that people don't pay attention to where bacteria can build up. Okay. As a matter of fact, I don't know if y'all remember all this when COVID was around and everybody was talking about COVID and everybody was talking about precautions to take and things like that. Of course, everybody was talking about washing your hands, but people weren't talking as much about cleaning under your nails as you did washing your hands. That was a big thing. Okay. All right. Um, bacteria are so small they can only be seen with a microscope. Okay. You got two types. There are 1,000 different kinds of bacteria, but they fall into two primary types. You have pathogenic, you have non-pathogenic. Most bacteria are non-pathogenic. So all the bacteria that we just talked about, most of them are non-pathogenic, which means they are harmless organisms that may perform useful functions. For example, non-pathogenic organisms are used to make yogurt, cheese, they're used to make medicine. In the human body, non-pathogenic bacteria help break down food in the body. It protects against infection and it stimulates the immune system. Now that's non-pathogenic bacteria. And then you got pathogenic bacteria. Pathogenic bacteria, harmful microorganisms, they can cause disease or infection in humans when they invade the body. Shops and schools must maintain strict standards for cleaning and disinfecting at all times to prevent the spread of pathogenic microorganisms. It's crucial that students learn proper infection control practices while in school to ensure that they understand the importance of following them throughout their career. Okay. All right. So stop there. It's about 25 minutes. I usually keep my study sessions short because of attention spans and all that good stuff. And of course, you're going to see me on a regular basis anyway. So why would we need to go through the whole book today? We don't. Okay. All right. That being said, you or anybody that you know can use help from my services. Again, I help students pass their exams. Everybody has this one person that is trying to go to barber school. If they're trying to go to barber school, they're gonna need to study this information because before they can get their license, they're gonna have to pass their tests. Okay. Usually it's 2 tests. Usually you got the Barber Theory exam, and then you have the practical, and you have to pass both. Now, the practical is the one where you actually perform haircuts, you actually perform shaving services and things like that in front of a proctor. The theory exam is where you sit down in front of your computer and you take a multiple choice question test. Okay. That's where I come in. That's where I can help with the information because I know y'all study this book. So just join me online. Okay. Now, like I said, I have a paid class. It's called Barber Theory. We deal with pertinent information. We deal with the more high percentage questions, stuff that has a very high percentage that you're gonna see on the test. It is a pre-recorded class, okay? It is a pre-recorded class. Let me say it again, a pre-recorded class. All you gotta do, go in there, follow the video, watch the video, watch the interviews. I interview, test takers right after they take the test. We have a conversation about it. Um, I got quiz questions in there. I've got the questions that people have seen on the test. It's in there. I've got all kinds of different little insights. We go over the CIB. Like I said, we talk about every aspect of the test to make sure that you are prepared. Okay. And I'm always adding more information. I'm always trying to have more interviews with test takers, just get their experience and that type of thing. Okay. Um, and you know, you can basically take a look in there and just find all the people that passed their tests, and they'll give you the information. Okay, they'll let you know if it's worth the price or if it's not. Which I'm really giving y'all a deal. Because after you pass that test, now all you got to do is pass your practical. You got your license. This for the people, of course, that done got the hours that's either in an OJT environment or in barber school. It's a good study tool. It's again everything that you would need to know to be prepared for this test. All right. You can find me anywhere at Pierre P-I-E or R-E-H-O-U-Y, all social media platforms, all that good stuff. Okay. All right. That being said, I will see you guys tomorrow. Um, the time is still to be determined. I got a lot. So, just think maybe around this time, about 11 o'clock-ish, something like that. You'll see me. Okay. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you soon.